Good morning. I'm John Klesnick, founder and president of Bonnet Pro and CT6, and today I want to do a video called Rotaries Made Easy. What I'm going to do is show you the dynamics and how to use your body to more comfortably and easily run a rotary machine, especially if you're new. We're going to use my wife Lisa, who's about 104 pounds, 4'11", so she's very tiny. And what you need to consider here is this machine weighs as much as she does. So that'd be like a grown man running a 200-pound rotary machine. So we're going to take her out in the shop and we're going to go through some simple things you can apply to the way you operate your rotary machine to hopefully make it easier and more productive for you. Let's go out to the shop and see what we can do. So now we're out in the shop. This is my lovely bride Lisa. Hello. As you can see, the machine's as big as she is, so this is going to be a bit of a challenge, but if we can get her to run it, being 100 pounds and being 4'11", any man can easily run the machine. It's just a question of using your body correctly and not letting the machine boss you around, but you directing it with your body mass. As you can see, I'm a rotary guy. I've used rotaries for 30 years. This old thing, I don't have the heart to throw out, is what my wife got me for my wedding gift almost 20 years ago, and that led to the BCR, and then to the Carpet Max, and then to the multiple mini machine. So it's amazing what one good piece of equipment can do for your business and how it can change things for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the machine first. What we're going to do is simulate a 5-foot hallway, which you might find in an older building. So we have a couple strips of tape. These other black strips are insignificant. They're just tears in a 20-year-old olefin carpet. So I'm going to run it first, show you what it looks like, and then we're going to teach Lisa how to run it. And it's basically a three-step dance. You're going to do one is you're going to step across, two you're going to step your feet together, and three you're going to step out, and then one you're going to step across, and you're going to do a little three-step pattern. And that, when you remember that and you keep that machine against your hip, you let your body move the machine instead of just your arms. If it's just your arms, the further the machine gets away from you, the more leverage you lose and the weaker you become and the machine dominates. Whereas if we keep the machine in tight and control it with our body weight, resting it on our hip, we'll dominate the machine and it'll make it really easy for you or anyone else to operate. So one of the first things you want to do is you want to get this handle about down to your hip bone. Some people might like it a little lower, but that's about where you want to put it. So we're going to spray this first and just get that carpet a little damp, and that'll provide lubrication so the machine doesn't jump or bite as much when you start it. Now, another thing, this is sitting back on the stair climbing wheels, but you want to make sure the machine is level when you start, so it's not tilting back or tilting forward, because that little bit of tilt is what makes the machine go left and right. So the more level it is when you start, the easier it's going to be on startup so it doesn't shoot to the left on you. So I'm going to put my hip, I'm going to put my left side forward because I'm right-handed. I'm going to flip off the safety and start the machine. So it's real easy to just let it gently glide back and forth. And I'm going to overlap by half and then just keep walking forward. We want to keep the moisture on because we want an even dispersion of the cleaning solution, because that's what's going to help us get an even clean and transfer the soil into the pad. But that's very simple. Now, I've done this for a long time, so I know how to operate the machine, so I can run it far from my body because I know it just takes a little bit up and a little bit down. The problem people get is it doesn't respond right away and they go really far down or really far up and then the machine shoots. So when you control it and the machine, you're just moving that handle up just a quarter of an inch, that's what helps you control it also. So we keep it close against our body so we outweigh the machine. It's going to be a little hard for her because it weighs as much as she does. And then we just use little inputs, little movements to make it go left and right. Think of if you let out a clutch and you let it out really fast, you'd have a very jerky, unattractive movement. Whereas if you let it out slow and gentle and control it, it works perfectly fine. All right, so come over here. We're going to drop this down for you. Gives you a little bit better control. All right, so Lisa's going to start up the machine, and we're going to teach her from what's most likely going to happen here, where the machine's going to attack me, and we'll smoothen that out and show her a few things she can implement into telling the machine what to do. So why don't you go ahead and turn that on, and let's see what happens. That's a typical response of somebody turning on a floor machine for the first time. So we're going to take that to her running the machine pretty well, like she's been doing it for years, in just a few minutes. Now when you start, put your hip firmly against the machine. When you start, we're going to, you did the right thing. You lift it up just a little bit so the machine's level. Okay? So I've seen grown men come in here and they turn the machine on and bang, they're into the boxes. It just embarrasses them. It drags them all over the place. So I'm going to put my foot here just in case, and we're going to get her started, and then I'm going to adjust her as she's moving to help her control the machine and look at what she's doing wrong and teach her, correct that for her, and help her change her input into the machine and get a better response. So you ready? Okay. Very good. Just slow. Step up. Well, I didn't even need to do this video. You're doing really good. Let's put a little moisture on. Okay, you banged into the wall. That's all right. That's all right. I got it. I got it. Go to the right. All right. Try not to keep your feet together. Have one forward. You have a better stability that way. Okay? Keep 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, just like in karate. All right, now let that slide across. All right, now step halfway up and step forward with your other foot. Now that your body moved the machine forward, not your arms. Now go across. Okay? Now step your feet together. Step up. Now start to come across. Very good, very good. Okay, let's go back to the beginning, start over. Let's wheel her back. Like I said, I've had men come in here, they're all full of themselves, end up in the boxes, and because they were fighting it, took 20 minutes to operate the machine. She did very well in just a couple of minutes. She's probably only run a rotary maybe for 2 minutes in her life when I throw her under a machine and say, hey, can you run this? And it's always been no. So I figured we'd do a video to just give some of the general basics for guys to get started. Okay, so we're gonna do this again. We're gonna try to not hit the wall. Okay. All right? So what do we want to do first? Okay, so get a little bit of a stance, just like a boxer would. You lower your center of gravity, and you have a more firm foundation. So everything's built off of a foundation. So we want to tip up not too much, because when we tip the machine up, it goes to the right because of the way it's spinning, and we push the machine down just a little bit, or stop the tipping and just bring it back just slightly past level, then it's going to go to the left. So you just barely need to move this handle to get it to do what you want. So with a finger, once you understand how it works, you can control it pretty easily. But when you're new, just like driving a stick, it's very intimidating because you're just not used to, your body's not used to the mechanics of how things operate and how they move. All right, so put your left side forward. You got little hands too. Flip that up. All right, pull the handle. Good girl. And nice and even. Now step up. All right. Come across. Come as straight as you can. Slow her down. Step up. Try to ride up the tape here, because if we were cleaning, we'd want to hit that edge of the wall and let that pad fly up the edge of the wall there to clean that baseboard. Doing good, Mama. Slow down. All right. Go up just a little bit. Remember, you see, so you're not listening. Okay, there you go. See, so anybody can get in trouble here. So the reason she started to get in trouble is she got off her foundation. She started getting her feet together, and the machine started to get away from her, and she lost all her leverage and strength on the machine. So you've got to keep that on your hip. And when you keep that on your hip, I got one finger on it. It's easier to control the machine. But again, when you're new to it, it's a little intimidating and takes a little bit while to get the hang of it. Okay? So let's try it one more time. Keep your hip on it, push into it, and that also helps level the machine. There you go. Little movements. That's really good. All right, now come across. Your feet are getting parallel again. Keep your left side forward. Left side forward. A little more. Little step forward. Keep your left side forward. All right, step. Now come across. Your feet are getting parallel again. Excellent. Whoop. All right, that was a $300 hole in the drywall. We'll have to fix that. All right, so as you can see, it's pretty easy to do this. So if we look from the side, I'm just going to, this new machine, the way I have this lever set up, it transfers the weight down. So this opens up the sweet spot a little bit more than previous machines that I've run or manufactured. So, but typically you're going to be around your hip bone, maybe a little lower, depends on the length of your arms and your body dynamics. So, but I'm just going to kind of step into this. I'm going to flip off the safety with my thumb and turn it on. As you can see, there's no drama. If I do this and I don't have it set right, and these wheels actually stop it and prevent it from taking off because they're a different design. But the more level you have the machine when you start, the easier it's going to be to run for you. So just keep your hip into it and let your body do the work. It'd be the difference of people vacuuming and they're doing this all day. So what's easier to do? To walk all day or do push-ups? So if I'm always doing this with the machine with my arms, I'm going to get a lot more tired than if I'm just walking, because I can walk a long time. I can't do push-ups for very long. So let's use our body to control the machine, and it'll help you be more productive. You won't get as tired, and you'll find that your work becomes a lot easier. And if you apply these simple steps, the 3-step, put your weight into it, move the machine across, step halfway up, and then step forward, so your body's moving the machine forward instead of your arms. And repeat that, and you'll have no problems running a rotary. Thanks for watching. We hope to see you again. Bye-bye. Help them get started, Mom. All right, boy. Now pull down a little bit. You did better, Mama. Now pull up a little bit. Push down a little bit. All right. Turn the sprayer off. All right. Turn it on again. All right, get away, Mama. My boy's running a rotary. Go through this little puddle. Go through the puddle, buddy. Up. Okay. Now hold on. I'm still running. I still want you running. All right, buddy. Up. This way.
Up. Down. Up. Just a little bit. Okay. That's what I want you to do. I want you to go back and forth. I want you to go to the left. So you push down, and you go to the right, you pull up a little bit. And then go left, you push down. Okay. And go to the right. Think you can do that? Go ahead.
Lighter.
All right, but you know what? That's good, boy. That's good. Another year or two, you'll be able to run this. I'll have it perfected by then.